Hello, I'm Joe, and this is Sierra Specialty Auto. Welcome to the shop. It is time at last to bring my surface grinder into the shop. I acquired this a while back. I've done a couple of videos on it. I dropped it on the trailer, tipped it over, was very concerned about damage. The second video shows me recovering from that, getting the machine upright and off the trailer, covered up and tucked away for a period of storage, which turned out to be longer than I thought. At any rate, I'll put links to those two videos in the description. They're not very long. But first, I have to move this sharp CNC knee mill because it's right where I want to put the surface grinder. I've got it disconnected. All the air, electric is all unhooked. I need to remove this chip pan, get it out of the way, and then get in here with my forklift and some special brackets I built that I think will let me pick it up by the base. The factory rigging point is an eye bolt behind on the back of the ram. Of course, that requires a vertical lift from the top, and I don't have a machine that will get there, and I don't have enough room. I've only got 9-foot clear opening on my door, so I've got to figure out a way to pick it up from the bottom. The base has these pockets to get at the leveling screws, the jack screws, 3 on each side. I've made these brackets to slide over the forks. The ones from this end have got full depth, top to bottom, because I'm pretty sure this is going to have a tendency to want to go that way. The center of gravity should be right about here, so because that's right below the eye, the lifting eye. So I'm hoping it won't try to cantilever too much, but if it does, this being a tight fit in that pocket will keep the back from coming up. At the outboard end of the forks, I just have to worry about the weight pushing down. All right, now I can push the forks in, I think. I'll go do the other side. I can't count on the forks staying together, so I've made this strutter bar with an angle clip welded onto each end to go back at the rear of the forks. A couple of little spacers in there to tighten it up. And I've got a chain rigged around here with a chain binder to pull the forks together about a foot forward, and I believe that'll be enough to keep it together. See if I can get my hook on here. There we go. Yes, that should keep the forks tight. I should be able to pick this up now. Yes, my wife is holding her thumb up. Yes, first part of the job done. That took a little more finagling with the brackets, but once I got them uh, figured out. That worked exceptionally well. So I am able to, for instance, pick that up and put it on somebody's truck with this lift safely. Now I need to do some cleanup before I bring the surface grinder in. Now have the wiring connected and the three-phase converter is running. We are looking for clockwise rotation on the wheel. I don't think we got it, but that happens awfully fast. Let's see what happens as it slows down. Nope. Let's try again. That looked right. Let that wind down, and indeed. Now let's see if anything happens with the table drive. Hydraulic start. And I think I've got these set correctly to get left and right movement on the table. How about that? It works. Wonderful. That's a milestone, having this in the shop, wired, and actually functioning. Still have a lot of work to do, but this is a great start. Let's talk about the damage that happened when I dropped the machine during unloading. If you look at this picture, you can see that the table and the saddle both rotated and lifted at one end. I was able to lift and turn them back into position. They both fell readily into register with the machine. I found no evidence of any damage on the X-axis travel. The only damage I have found is here on the Y-axis piston. This is the stationary end. That block mounts to a pad in the casting. Let's get a little closer. You can see those two screws that hold that pad down. There is a third screw on what would be the top right corner as we're looking at it. Here's a picture from the other side showing the third screw. That third screw was the only screw present. The two that we're looking at right now were missing, and this corner of the casting, here it is. Here's the broken corner. There's a little bit of the shelf at the bottom of the hole where the screw, head of the screw registers, enough to hold that end down, I think. So I put a screw in there. But this is the only damage. Everything else on the machine appears to be intact, working properly. No damage to the ways, no damage to the cylinders. So I'm very relieved about that. I'm very happy to have that machine in the shop. wired up and running, and to find out that I did only some very minor damage that is not significant. Now I can move on to grinding in the table, the bottom of the vise, and the top of the vise, get it ready to actually put it to work. That'll be covered in varying degrees of detail in the next video. I hope you'll come back. Thanks for watching.